You know, you hear the whispers in the gym, in the locker room, all this talk about a shortcut to getting bigger, stronger, faster. Well, today we're not talking about hard work or smart training. We're going to unpack anabolic steroids, the dangerous, illegal drugs that promise a fast track to results but really just pave a path to serious, serious harm.
So, what's the appeal? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? It's kind of like the ultimate fantasy, a cheat code for your own body. Imagine getting bigger, stronger, and faster without having to put in all those years of grinding work. That's the pull. That's the lure of steroids. But as we're about to see, this is one shortcut that comes with a price tag you just can't afford.
So what exactly are we talking about here? Well, anabolic just means muscle building. And these steroids, they're basically lab-made synthetic versions of testosterone. Now, your body already makes testosterone to build muscle, but what steroids do is flood your system with an insane amount, forcing your muscles to grow at a speed that is just not natural and definitely not safe.
And that right there is the temptation. The so-called benefits seem huge, don't they? Getting bigger muscles, being able to run faster, lifting heavier than ever before, and bouncing back from a brutal workout in what feels like no time. It's the promise of being an elite athlete, almost overnight.
Okay, let's be 100% clear about something. Do they work to build muscle? Yes, they do. But, and this is the part you absolutely cannot ignore, that muscle comes at a massive cost. A cost paid with your health through serious, dangerous, and a lot of the time, irreversible side effects.
So let's dive into that hidden cost. This isn't just about your muscles. When you take this shortcut, these drugs wage a war on your entire body, and the price you pay can be absolutely devastating.
Because steroids completely hijack your natural hormones, they affect males and females in really different ways. For guys, we're talking about things like smaller testicles and even developing breasts. For women, it can mean a permanently deeper voice and growing facial hair. And listen, when I say permanent, a lot of these changes are for life. There's no going back.
And beyond those gender-specific things, the list of risks for absolutely everyone is just scary. We're talking about severe acne, hair loss, liver damage, and putting so much stress on your heart that you're risking a heart attack or a stroke. And for teens, this is so important. It can permanently stunt your growth. It can stop your bones from developing, literally robbing you of your full height.
You know, the damage doesn't just stop with your body. Steroids can completely wreak havoc on your brain chemistry. This can lead to massive mental and emotional issues, depression, anxiety, paranoia, and yes, roid rage is a very real thing. It's this intense, aggressive behavior that can totally take you over. And as if that's not enough, these drugs are also highly addictive. So with all these insane risks, you gotta wonder, why do people still use them? Well, a lot of it comes down to some really pervasive myths. So let's get into that and separate the hype from the cold, hard facts. This is maybe the biggest one, especially for young athletes. You get this feeling that everyone is doing it to get ahead. And it's so easy to start thinking, man, if I don't, I'm just going to be left in the dust. But is that actually true?
Not even close. The research is clear. Less than 2% of high school students have ever even tried them. Just let that sink in for a second. The huge majority of your peers, your competitors, they're not using steroids. The whole everyone's doing it idea is just flat out wrong. It's a myth.
All right, let's bust two more common myths. First, you hear, they must be safe. Doctors prescribe them. The reality? A doctor might use a tiny, medically controlled dose for a serious illness. People who misuse steroids are taking 10 to 100 times that amount. It's not even comparable. And the second myth? Oh, it's just a normal part of sports. No, it isn't. They are illegal without a prescription, and they are banned by every single major athletic organization in the world. Period. And the consequences go way beyond your health. Getting caught can completely torch your entire athletic future. Just imagine it. Getting kicked off your team, losing a college scholarship you worked so hard for, being banned from competing, not to mention the legal trouble. Everything you've worked for could be gone just like that. Okay, so if steroids are the wrong way, what's the right way? Let's totally shift gears here and talk about the real path to getting stronger, a path that actually builds you up without tearing your body and your life down. When you boil it all down, the choice is pretty clear. On one side, you've got the dangerous shortcut, steroids, with all their permanent side effects and legal risks. And on the other side, you have the real path. This is the path powered by smart training, good food, decent sleep, and maybe the most important ingredient of all, time and consistency.
So how do you walk that path? Well, the great news is it's not some secret formula. It's all about doing the simple things right day in and day out. Fuel your body with good, protein-rich food. Train smart and be consistent. Give your muscles time to actually heal and grow with good sleep. And drink plenty of water. That's it. That's the real science of getting strong.
But what happens when you know all this stuff and you still find yourself in a situation where you're feeling the pressure? Because that's a real scenario, and for that, you need a real game plan.
So here it is. Here's your game plan. First, you have to be able to say no with confidence. You don't owe anyone an excuse. Second, find a trusted adult to talk to, a coach, a parent, a teacher. Third, keep your eyes on the prize, which is your long-term health and your future. And finally, surround yourself with people who actually support you and want to see you succeed the right way. So as you wrap this up, let's just lock in the 3 main things you have to remember. 1, the risks are incredibly serious. 2, the side effects can be permanent. And 3, using them is illegal. And this is especially for any teens out there. Your body is still growing. It's still developing. You only get one body for your entire life. It's an incredible thing, and it deserves to be treated with care, not wrecked by dangerous shortcuts.
In the end, it really comes down to this. What is real strength? It's not just about the numbers you can put up in the gym. Real, lasting strength comes from patience, from hard work, and maybe most importantly, from the wisdom to make smart decisions for your health and for your future. That's true strength.